Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. So in this video I am going to be showing you how I made this upside down pineapple pound cake. Let me stop taking credit because my beautiful niece and my beautiful wonderful daughter made this pound cake with me, and we started off by spraying the bundt pan with some Baker's Joy baking spray just to make sure that the cake don't stick. So we made sure we sprayed that really good, and then now we're going to go ahead and pour this 1/4 cup of butter around the bottom of the pan. It definitely may be more than 1/4 cup because I'm extra sometimes. I don't follow the little measurement sticks that they have or labels they have on the butter. So in and out throughout the video, you are going to be seeing more than just me, of course, because as I said, this is a collab, but my daughter and my niece. So right now we are spreading some brown sugar around the bundt pan on top of the butter. And then we're going to go ahead and add some pineapples. Now we are going to be using a can of pineapple chunks. You do not have to use pineapple chunks. You can use the crushed pineapples. You can use the pineapple slices. You can cut up your own pineapple if you like, but whatever you like. And as you can see, we just eyeballed the brown sugar, so use it to your liking. So I drained some of the juice out of this can of pineapples and popped it open, and we're just going to go ahead and just put as many pineapples as you want around I poured about half the can to the bottom of the pan, because then we're going to layer that with the cake batter, of course, because it's an upside down pineapple cake. Right, and then we are also using these little cherries. Okay, so we're not too much of the juice because we don't want the top of our cake to end up red. So I am using I was using a spoon, then I started to use a fork to get them out, and just put as many as you like around too. I just like to put them all around the pineapples just to make it look nice and pretty. Okay, so now my daughter is going to go ahead and she is going to sift the flour. I do use all-purpose flour for my cakes. I don't have a particular brand that I use. Every so often I will use cake flour, but I just rather use the all-purpose flour for certain ones that I make. And then if I want to use cake flour, I usually don't buy a box. I just make my own by removing some of the flour and adding in some cornstarch. And there's a video that I will link below as well, where I show you how I do that. But for this particular recipe, we're just going to sift 3 cups of all-purpose flour. So 3 whole cups. Make sure that you level it like this so that you don't have too much flour or too little flour. All right, so after she gets done sifting that with the last cup that she'll be sifting, we're going to add in 1 teaspoon of the baking powder. Okay, so while my daughter is sifting that last cup of flour, my niece is going to go ahead and we're going to do the butter. So we're using 1 stick of butter, which is equivalent to a 1/2 cup, and then we're going to use a 1/2 stick of the Crisco, the butter flavored Crisco. So you don't have to use the butter flavored Crisco. I just chose to do that, but in all you would use like 2 sticks of butter, or in other words, 1 cup of butter. So adding both of those, making sure that the butter is at room temperature. The Crisco already is, of course, because it sits out on the cabinet shelf or inside the cabinet. So 1/2 of that, because each bar that I got, it came in like a 3-pack I got from the grocery store, is 1 stick. It's 1 cup, so we're going to use 1/2 of it. And then my daughter added in 2.5 cups of sugar. So we only use 2.5 cups of sugar for this one, and we're just going to go ahead and cream those 2 together. Usually takes about 2 minutes to cream. Okay, so once the butter and sugar is creamed together, we're going to go ahead and just scrape everything down from the sides and also off of our paddle attachment as well. And now we're going to add in the 5 eggs. Okay, so as we're adding these eggs in, usually for some recipes, like for my peach cobbler cake, we do it one at a time. For the chocolate cake, depending on which one, because I have 3, we do them one at a time. But for this particular cake, you are not going to see that. We are going to add all of these eggs in at once. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then we're going to mix. But also, as my daughter is adding in the 5 eggs, you see my niece just added in a teaspoon and a half of some cookie nip. You can also use vanilla extract, you can use butter flavor extract or cake flavor extract, whatever extract that you choose to use for your cake. I'm sure it'll still be awesome. And so we're just gonna again go ahead and blend that, and as it's blending, once the yellow doesn't show anymore, it's done. Lift up, and now we're gonna add in our flour in 1 cup increments, and also buttermilk. So we're using a full cup of buttermilk. So as we add in 1 cup of flour, we're gonna do 1/3 buttermilk. So each cup of flour has 1/3, which is equivalent to 3 cups flour, 1 whole cup of buttermilk. Y'all heard that math I just did, but whatever. We want to make sure that we don't over mix this. And I had so much fun. I just want to throw that in there. So much fun making this cake with my niece and my daughter, because my niece is 3, my daughter is 11, and it was, I thought was going to be a disaster, but it wasn't. They worked really well together while my teenager recorded, and you can see the camera shaking sometimes. But anyway, we're just going to go ahead and finish adding in all of the flour and the buttermilk, and then we will also add in 2 tablespoons of the pineapple juice from the can of pineapples that we had. Okay, so after the 2nd cup, we went ahead and scraped the sides down, and then we decided to add in some French vanilla pudding mix. And as you can see, my niece just added that in. She dropped the whole pack in, took it out, so we had a brief intermission while she decided to eat the cake. So we're going to just mix that for a little bit, because then we have a little bit more flour left, and we don't want to over mix. So then we'll take that and then we'll just fold the rest with a spatula, or you can also use a whisk as well. Okay, so now we're gonna go ahead and bring our handy dandy beautiful pan back, and I say beautiful because it looks so pretty on the bottom, with the pineapples and the cherries and the butter and the brown sugar. And we're just going to evenly spread the batter around the pan to prepare for baking. Okay, so we're gonna pop this in the oven. Don't exactly pop it in there, but put it in the oven, and you're gonna bake it at 325 and we baked an hour and 15 minutes, and it is so goldenly pretty. So they're ready for the cake. Let's go ahead and flip it over and release it. This wasn't a flip and release, but that's what y'all are going to see. I actually let it cool in a pan for about 7 minutes before I even put it on this cooling rack to flip over. And then once I flipped it over, I let it set another 10 minutes just to make sure that like none of my pineapples or anything was too hot that was sticking to the pan. Just let everything kind of fall down, that brown sugar, that butter, and let it settle before I remove the top, the pan from the top of it, if that makes sense. As you can see, the pan is super duper clean, so pretty, no cake left behind, and that's what we want. That's how we want to bake. Don't leave nothing behind, y'all. It's so pretty. Okay, so now we are going to go ahead and cut into it, and then I will let you guys see how the inside look. And I already know it's moist because I make this cake all the time, but watch, it's gonna be so moist in the inside. And I have these little trays over here because we gotta deliver some cake, of course, because we're not gonna eat this whole cake. Okay, so as you can see, it's super moist, y'all. It looks so good, it smells so good, and it's gonna taste good. Now if you don't want your cake this thick or crumbly looking, what you can do is again use cake flour or stiff your flour more than once. And that is the end of my video. Thanks for watching, and I will see y'all next time. Bye.